All right, how's it going today, guys? Happy Monday. Castillo Trading coming to you with another live stream. It is Monday, and as far as our video series, guys, this is where we do our live streams. Shout out to Tealstreet. They are one of the better third-party terminals for trading exchanges. You can actually hook up your exchange to this and actually trade from it. But for me, I just use it as a data insight, and I like to get level 2 from there. So shout out to Tealstreet, and then also shout out to CoinCatch, guys. They are the perpetual exchange of choice. They are no VPN, no KYC, so it is pretty easy to use. Just register with an email, get set up, and then you can kind of start trading. Going on BTC, I don't have anything else. We did have a short-term directional bias of up. We kind of closed that, and now we are going for a short-term directional bias of 66466. Now, I might consider longing once we close this NPOC level, but again, it's not an automatic long. It's just something that I want to continue to watch because this is a good indication that we're kind of taking yesterday's liquidity or previous day's liquidity, previous day's volume. If you guys have not looked at my NPOC video over on YouTube, Castillo Trading, and I have about 3 different videos going over what I look for on NPOC levels, how I map them out, how I get them, what indicator I use, and all that goodness. So if you guys have any questions on that, just get on over to YouTube and watch some of those videos. The other day, I was kind of sending over in the Telegram. I wanted a retest of this level. We got that retest, and now nothing has really changed. We can consider this a potential long entry right here. Once we kind of tap into this, I think that we can potentially go higher. So just going to continue with what we normally look for on our analysis, going with NPOC levels. And just based off of what we've had yesterday, we can kind of just see the chopping, right? This is what we want. This is range trading. I love range trading. Range trading is probably one of the better types of trading styles that I use, as far as channel trends, current ranges. The range trading is really key because you can find lower limit entries, you can find upper limit entries off those rejections and all that good stuff. So I think the impulse moves from Bitcoin is kind of done, and again, we want that so that once Ethereum and some other plays kind of start to show themselves, that we can really get some runners in that direction. But as of right now, these NPOC prints off of this weekend, the past 3-4 days, is just an indication to me that BTC will continue to chop now. We could be more willing to short some of those short signals that are given off of the Castillo AI 15-minute and 4-hour calls. Just a little bit of a sentiment shift, as we have seen some significant downside from the highs. It's about a 12% move to the downside, and I think this could go lower. We did have a shift once we rejected 68168 NPOC level. It just was an indication to me that more downside is possible, especially since we do have that short-term directional bias with this NPOC level to be down. And I just want you guys to understand that longing this area is a very bad trade. If you're looking at this high-term time frame and you see a chart like this, why the fuck would you be longing above 70k or 68k or 69k, right? There's just no excuse. If you were not longing this entire way up, but then you decide to fucking long up here, you've got issues. You really need to kind of maybe do a little bit of self-finding within trading. Trading psychology is very key. You could be reading books, you could be watching videos. If you just throw even a large channel trend on this, this is upper limit. We do not long into upper limit. We look for a rejection of upper limit, and if you want to long, you have to wait for a discount on your longs. I'm not saying we're going to go to 44k or 45k, but I'm saying it is a possibility, right? We rejected, we deviated above, and now it's a potential retest down in this area. Everything stays the same. If we retest down into the 44k, 47k, 50k area, this is going to be a buy zone for me. Now, there are some obvious areas of interest next, just based off previous price action. That 62, 61k area is a decent area to be buying. You could throw even a channel trend on this. We are at median ML right now. It's somewhat failing, and then we look for a retest here, and then we can kind of go up higher. So we have this price action, and then we have this price action here. So these are the 2 main levels that I'm looking at on BTC. I doubt we retest all the way down to 52, but it's still a possibility, right? I'm going to be ready for it. If we retest 52,000, guess what? I'm happy. I get a discount on my longs. I get to relong lower. I don't have any exposure from above 70,000. It's just an area of interest I'm looking to long. But as far as NPOC prints, guys, 66466 and then 47340. Those are the 2 NPOC prints that are within range that I am looking to kind of long into. Okay, let's get into Ethereum, guys. Like I said, I think Ethereum is a little bit better at support. If 66466 closes and Ethereum holds some of these levels, I think that we can get a decent retest. Again, just that rejection that we talked about. I knew that this was going to be an important level. If we retest 3674 and we reject, that's not going to be good. Not the best price action as far as Ethereum goes, but also not the worst. We still have some decent plays within Ethereum As of right now, we don't have anything new open, so everything does stay the same. I'm not really looking to short Ethereum here. I was late to the party. I'm not going to chase short here on Ethereum. Next area of interest for me to short based off NPOC levels is going to be 4312, and the next area for me to long based off of NPOC levels is going to be the same thing. Retest NPOC here, long entry, move to the upside. The only thing that this does, guys, is it keeps you disciplined to a game plan. There's 3 important factors that go into every single trade. 1, creating a game plan for that trade. 2, having patience for that trade. 3, the actual execution of that trade, sticking to that trade and actually taking that trade. It's a lot easier said than done, but those are the 3 steps that it takes to become a profitable trader, or at least make a profitable trade. So let's just get into current range trading. So as BTC is off a little bit from lower limit, Ethereum's right at lower limit. So this is an area of interest that I don't want to be shorting into. Resistance turned into support, support again. So support is support until proven otherwise. This is the reason that I think Ethereum's a good long, and it's just a basic current range. It's not anything crazy. We got a rejection of upper limit here. We had 1 touch, 2 touch rejection. Now we're at lower limit. That doesn't mean that I short this area. Lower limit is an area that I look to long into. The short was upper limit. The short was a retest of this double top. I didn't take it. There's no reason for me to kind of short right now. All that I'm looking to do is I'm looking to have patience for dips and look to buy those dips. And this is exactly that type of price action that I'm looking for, is rejection from the highs, about a 15-16%. This isn't unheard of during bull markets. When these moves happen, it's very, very key that you don't get overly bearish and thinking the top is in. Ethereum still has NPOCs above head. We still have about a 35% range to all-time highs. So Ethereum has room. Now that I'm live with you, I'm actually going to go over and I'm going to buy some Ethereum right now to show you guys that I stick to my setups. I stick to what I'm trying to trade. I am going to go over and long Ethereum a little bit, guys. Take a little bit of a starter position here in front of you. We're going to start with 1,000. Entry price is 3,525 on Ethereum. Not the best, but not the worst. It is what it is. It doesn't matter, right? If I get an entry at 3,525 or 3,464, it doesn't matter, because if price jumps, that entry anywhere in here doesn't fucking matter when price is up here, right? Because you're still going to be in profit. You're still going to be taking profits off. You're still going to be continuing to look for higher. So it doesn't matter. That whole area is an area that you want to kind of dollar cost average into. Yeah, Sol's tough, man. I fumbled some bags huge here. I remember longing Sol at like below 100, like in this area. 186 was the last time I longed it, I think. I ended up longing it this weekend. That was another trade. I longed Sol and I longed Ches. Lost on Ches. Sol went fucking crazy. I was able to kind of offset some losses from Ches and make some on Sol. And again, I didn't make everything back on Sol, but I was still able to capitalize on Sol. So just to get into Sol, it's just kind of tough. I would never long here. Like, I think Sol has a lot of upside, but for me, the risk reward just isn't there. If Sol gets a retest into this $100 area, sure, I'll look to long. I think if Sol retests all the way back here, markets are nuking, and that's not a good thing. So for me, I'm not going to chase Sol. I think Sol can dogleg a lot higher than all-time highs. I mean, really, Sol could probably go to 400 this cycle, in my opinion. So again, that's about a 50% move to the upside. But I'm not really interested in longing Sol here. There's nothing for me that I would want to get into Sol. I think Sol long-term is going to be great, but as of a short-term time trade for me, just isn't there. All right, SEI. Why am I so bullish on SEI? I don't know. I like SEI and I like SUI so much. Those are the two that I'm really, really a big fan of. SEI is just a new coin, right? I just think that these newer coins that have good funding, that have good backing. I don't know if you know anything about SUI, but it's like a bunch of old Meta employees, like old Meta developers got together and created SUI. Like, this isn't SEI, but I think that they both go hand in hand. If one of them runs, the other one runs. It's just kind of that layer 2 narrative that's gonna continue to push those two. And again, they're both new, right? They're both new layer 2 coins that kind of popped up late last year. So I think they just have some decent potential on the upside. They both really rejected that $1 area. But again, you guys got to understand that $1 area is so psychologically key that a lot of people, are going to be taking profits from lower at $1. It's just psychological. If you're longing from 20 cents, 18 cents, you're going to take profits at $1. That's just how it is, at least partial profits. So I do think that once we can kind of establish above $1, that we can see some upside to potentially get into that 160, 170 range on SEI. So that is it, guys. Shout out to you guys for being in the stream today. I appreciate every single one of you. Go on over to tradewithcastillo.com and register under the VIP members tab, guys. That's where you're going to be able to get all my video content. That's where you're going to get all my previous live streams, all my previous NPOC updates, and then get on over to Castillo Trading over on YouTube. And please subscribe, like some of the videos. It really, really does help me out, guys. It really does help me out with sponsorships memberships and continuing to provide the indicator for free, continuing to provide all my content for free, my live streams for free, my Telegram for free. Everything I do is for free because I really appreciate all you guys wanting and willing to learn the knowledge that I have for you. So shout out to everyone here. I will see you guys over in the Telegram. Peace.